Today we're going to be brainstorming our first narrative writing piece. So we're going to start writing about a time that we got hurt. The first part of our writing process is always brainstorming, which means today we're just going to be coming up with a lot of ideas. So on our first slide, I want us to start by reading the directions. It says in the box below, brainstorm a list of all the times you can remember when you got hurt. And all you're going to do is type a list of any time you can remember that you were injured. For example, once I broke my arm, so I'm just going to make a little note that helps me remember about a time I broke my arm, and I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to start a new bullet point for me to keep my list going. I could talk about the time I broke my finger, or maybe I want to talk about the time that I cut my foot at the beach. Anytime that you can remember, they can be big injuries or little injuries. I want you to list them down. We're just brainstorming, so any idea that pops into your head, I want you to get it down on paper. Now, I want you to pick one of those items from your list, something that you know a lot of details about, and tell me which one you picked in this box. So, you're going to go back to your list, you're going to look at every single example that you could think of, and you're going to pick the one that you can talk the most about. So, I think I'm actually going to talk about the time that I cut my foot. So, what I'm going to do, I think I remember a lot of details about that. So, I'm going to take that one that I chose and I'm going to put it in this box. I want to write about when I cut my foot at the beach. And that's it. I'm not going to fill this whole box with a paragraph. I'm just going to write down what the topic of my story is going to be about. And on my last slide today, I'm going to start brainstorming every single thing I can remember about that story. I want to talk about where I was. I was at the beach. I was with my family on vacation. I was walking with my mom. Oh, it was in Florida. And I think I was 13. And I want you guys to notice that these details that I'm writing down, they don't come in any sort of order. Like, I just remembered that I was in Florida and I put it down as soon as I remembered it. Maybe I remember, like, oh, my friend Lindsay was there too. Anything that you can remember about this event, I want you to put all of those thoughts down on paper. And that's all we're doing today in writing. That word brainstorming literally just means I want you to get every thought about this event in your head down on paper because later we're going to put it in the correct order and later we're going to turn it into whole sentences. Right now, you don't have to worry about what order your ideas in and you do not have to write in complete sentences. We're just working on getting our ideas down on paper. When you are finished with that part and you know what story you want to tell me, you are going to close this tab and click on Turn in Google Classroom.